Good afternoon, Professor Teeb. Today I'll be talking about depression and kind of the 5 stages that go with it. So we've all faced some sort of depression in our life, and coming out of that may be difficult, but putting yourself first is one of the most important things for overcoming depression. According to the CDC, during August 2020 through February 2021, so during the peak COVID, the percentage of adults with recent symptoms of anxiety or depression increased from 36.4% to 41.5%. The Anxiety and Depression Association of America reported major depression disorder, MDD, is a medical condition that can affect the action, thoughts, and feelings of the person living with it. According to the American Psychiatric Association, MDD can be mild or severe or somewhat in between the two extremes. A person may be battling depression if they have felt that they have been feeling sad, loss of interest of activities that they once enjoyed, loss of appetite, trouble sleeping or sleeping too much, energy loss, feeling worthless or guilty, difficulty thinking, and thoughts of possible death or suicide. So the 5 stages, I'll start with, the 5 stages are denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and finally acceptance. So as I said, the first stage is denial. The first stage, they just can't accept reality, and they don't believe that this is happening. They ask maybe, why me? Why did this cancer happen? Why did this breakup? Why did somebody in my family died? They don't accept what has happened to them. This stage is typically short. It could last days, weeks, months. It's kind of subjective. But once that has happened, you finally move into the healing process, and the second stage is anger. They also think, why me? Why is this happening to me? Maybe if they're religious, they're like, God, why is this happening? And they're upset, they're angry. They're possibly losing friends, maybe family members that are with them. They are just upset. They're feeling lost, possibly. They can move into the third stage, and that's bargaining. They try to make deals. As they say, deals with the devil. Maybe, possibly, this one's a good one. They may quit smoking to possibly relieve them of this upsetness, this depression, this anxiety that's happening to them. And maybe it helps them, but it doesn't solve the underlying issue that they are still feeling sad. And once they have realized that that hasn't worked, they can move into the real depression stage, which is possibly they feel numb. They are upset. They feel grief, and they may sink even further and further into the depression stage. And possibly they just they stay in bed, they don't want to do anything. They could possibly self-harm themselves or suicide, and then that's when you really need to seek help. And the suicide hotline's 24/7. They're always ready to talk, and they're really good people, and they do help. Personal experience, they'll say, and they do a good job. And then once you kind of accept all that, you move into the acceptance stage, which is not always easy. It's kind of the hardest part to getting there. You have to live with these feelings, these emotions, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't feel bad if you move into the other 4 stages, whichever it may be. But getting through it the first time can really help you as a person grow and be the best you can be. But in the acceptance stage, you can also seek help. You can go to therapy. Maybe that's once a day, maybe twice a week, whatever it may be. Once again, it's very subjective. This stage, as I said, it doesn't mean you overcame the sad. It doesn't mean that it's going to be one day maybe easier and one day maybe way harder. You can just move in the direction you feel best is for yourself. So, in conclusion, we talked about denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and then acceptance. And this can all help you with whatever life throws at you. And just know you are not alone. Knowing these 5 stages of depression is very important for your own mental self-being and for possibly others that you may want to help. If you or anybody else, needs help, please call the suicide hotline, which is 1-800-273-8255. Thank you.